Rhythm Tribe, such an excellent band. I've been listening to some of your stuff on YouTube and Apple Music. Beautiful music, incredible sound, and this is a family band. How do you, continue to push each other to create more and more unique music?
Ooh, emotional turmoil. And an occasional chancla just flying across the room. Really. But but no, I think we really just we really allow ourselves to grow and experiment in a comfortable environment with like, and of course, like we keep criticism going on, but conventional and constructive. Because not everything is gonna always sound the best once you get it out of just like your little cubby in your room. So so having that healthy environment to really allow us to grow and develop our music into what is now, I would say, our sound
Mhm.
is really how we've been able to facilitate that. And then on top of that, just constantly like adding on. So it's like Brees will come in with some lyrics and maybe a melody in her head, and then my dad, Thomas, will come in. He's just like, well, what if we played this along with it? And then we just bring it to the rest of the band, and it just grows and it just evolves. And so I'm kind of excited with how our next album's been developing so far. So it's looking pretty good, man. It's looking pretty good.
We've been working on it for a little over a year, and the exciting thing is to have those ideas happen, and then as a producer, hearing everyone's direction and kind of trying to, okay, feel that, and then not tell them how to do it, but make them create it, have them inspire them to create. And that is what's so exciting about, well, all the pieces that are in the new album. It's what they like, it's what they feel, and that's the exciting thing about it. It's not what they have to do or anyone has to do. It's what everyone's feeling, and how exciting that Holding On to the Night has been added on so many stations nationally. It's heading toward Billboard charts. It's amazing. And it's not like we started say, oh, what's a record for radio? No, this is something that we love, and then radio is responding with us, and we're so thankful.
For you as a father, Rhythm Tribe has been around for a bit, and how does it feel having your children hold on to this and continue the legacy of this band?
Well, as we think back, we started about 6 years ago, and it was just an idea to play together. I thought, oh wow, one day if I'm, sadly one day if I'm gone, they'll be able to have a recording with their dad,
Mhm.
and I got to do that with my dad, and um, but he sang on a song that we had recorded that we recorded within the cluster of songs we did within a 2-day period. And that song went to 28 on Billboard. That's when you go, wait a second, it's not really hobby or family project. This is actually viable. This is something that has potential for market, which I think inspired Mason and Brisa and myself to go, let's do this for real. And this is when we developed the record company and the distribution company. And now with the live component, we have all the pieces that we're doing. And because, the first being able to be on stage with your children, it's amazing. Oh my God, it's tear for me. I mean, to be able to do that.
Mason, for you, how does it feel having the support of your father, being in such a musical family, and getting to do your own thing, bring the family band into a new era with your style?
Hmm. Honestly, it's definitely is not where I thought my life would kind of like end up. Like, it's not a path that I expected in my life for sure. Like, I was growing up, I was always sports more so, and then like mid halfway through college, we went to a music convention, and then afterwards in sitting in my room, and Pops poked his head and just like, think about recording an album. And I was like, okay. I like there was no like lead up to it. It's just like, oh yeah, we're working on songs. No, just like, you want to record something? It's like,
Hey, you want to do a recording?
okay, okay, sure. But the way it's evolved now, and it's become something that I'm like willing to fight for. It's really been an amazing learning experience, like both like as a musician and also just like that journey of self to understand like, oh, okay, this is what I really value in my own life in terms of my character and everything. So it's like, yeah, I want to be able to see if we can't try and perpetuate this lifestyle and keep some shows going and just
And
bring
grow.
our, yeah, and bring our music to the masses.
You know, Mason made a really great point talking about fighting for something. You know, I've had to learn is how the industry exists now. Before it had its own process, but now,
Whole different thing.
it's an entirely different frontier. And when he talks about fighting, this is fact. As being an indie band on an indie label, you're literally fighting for positioning. You're fighting because everyone else comes in and says, so fine, we went 28 on Billboard. They're like, who in the hell is Rhythm Tribe? You know, and then they find out who we are. And, you know, it's like internal hitmen trying to knock you out because they want that spot that they spend all this money for, where we organically were able to make it happen. How does that happen? What a blessing from God, right? So
we end up just being over here, just like, hi, we're here too.
yeah, it's so laid back. We're not. Oh, please, oh, we gotta, you know. And it's not like we're chasing it. It just happened to happen, and programmers responded. And again, that's where we are now with the new single. It's mind blowing.
The father-son relationship seems to be very, very well, and you guys seem to have fun with each other. But how is the brother-sister relationship between Mason and Brisa? Do you guys have that sibling rivalry? Do you guys compete to see who brings the best tracks to this next album? How does that?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's actually a really good one. I mean, I will say like definitely we don't battle on terms of like who brings the best tracks. At least not all the time, because like she is our main like writer and our lead vocalist too. So yeah, when it comes to like writing new songs, that's more so like left to her. But like occasionally when I do have like something that I've written come to pass, so far they turned out pretty good. So it's like
really good.
So
what are you talking?
So I can kind of be just like, I only got a couple, but hey, they fire. They're pretty dang good. So like, but the relationship's very positive, and we do our best to motivate each other through our own musical processes, and even to help inspire as well. Like whether it's like introducing each other to new artists, songs, getting some inspiration, and or like in my case, I might be playing a random riff I just stumbled across on guitar
And inspired.
and I'm just like, Grace, what you got if I do this? And she'll start to kind of like hum a melody, and then we'll get another new idea. So it's very much like
Organic that way.
Organic and cohesive,
Yeah.
in terms of building blocks. But we have our little competitive moments for sure.
Oh, so awesome. Having that type of connection with each other on in the studio, how do you bring that on stage? How do you present it? How do you bring that energy when you're performing live for people?
Honestly, we just have fun with it. Like of course, we take it very seriously when we're on stage, but we see this as more so just like a fun like extra like feather in the cap part of life. It's like, yeah, we have like what we're trying to do within in a very serious mindset, but it's like, oh, we get to do this now. Okay, cool, let's go, let's have fun. And so we try to bring that energy, that lightheartedness on stage with us, chats with the audience and everything, just to get a vibe of how everybody's feeling. And
It is a challenge.
That, oh God.
It is a challenge because when you're in rehearsal, you rehearse and you're trying stuff, but when you're actually forming the show, you're setting a set, and then once you understand that, then you're understanding that there's transitions, and for us, it's finding that fun place, that natural place that happens in that transition. Rather than, and here we're going to do a show, and here we go. It's like if it's not moving you, then that's not going to happen. It has to have some other type of experience as musicians. So we want to be able to capture those natural places. So if something is really smoking and we're really in a groove,
we're gonna sit in it for a while.
Maybe we want to get inside it. Maybe we want to dance around a little. It depends on how we feel. But that's the magic of building a show with 3 albums worth of material. Because at the Roxy on September 29th, we're going to be doing a 90-minute show. And that's the challenge. It's how do you bring that to people and then allow people to come into your space?
Well said.
And how do you choose the venues you go to? Because you will be at the Whiskey A Go Go and the Roxy. These are iconic locations in LA.
Not the Whiskey. We decided to focus it all on the Roxy, and that's on the 29th
of September.
Yeah, and it's our headlining night. It's our debut in Hollywood, so it should be very, very exciting. And part of the proceeds we're going to be raising funds for a charity to help fight against human trafficking.
And how do you feel with the connection that a lot of the Latino community has had with your music? Because it is an incredible sound. It is a very modern sound too, even though it has its traditional Latin stuff in the background. It's still, very much moving forward. How does that feel for you that people are connecting with this?
Ooh, that actually got me feeling really good just now. I hadn't really thought about that too much, so that actually that brings a smile to my face that people are really connecting to the music, because that's honestly what I would say every artist hopes for with what they write and what they play. But it's exciting, honestly, because you never expect to make so much impact at first, just in your day to day. So to have other people resonating with words you're saying, the notes you're playing, it's fulfilling experience. And honestly, like,
right.
Oh no, you take.
I was going to say, here in Los Angeles, there's a large, I say, Latino community, but it's very diverse. And us being Puerto Rican, Cali Rican, whatever you want to say, the rhythms we bring, are certain traditional rhythms that I was raised, that the kids were raised in, certain Caribbean rhythms, but rather than just being that, the goal has been to do a fusion and to take those parts of that rhythm, but then also bringing it with pop or R&B or funk, and bringing those pieces together. And just luckily, it's turning into what it is. And the fact that Latinos, doesn't matter where their origin is, they're responding. Wow, what a blessing.
Definitely. And we got the single, which is incredible. We're getting a live headlining concert. When do we get the album?
So we're looking to release the album for December, end of November. September.
Yeah,
end of November, beginning of December. We just released 3 of the songs in an EP, and that's available on dancemaster.com. And that is You'll Be There, Estarás Allí, which is both in Spanish and English, and up for a Latin Grammy for Best Tropical Song. And then Holding On to the Night and One Day at a Time. And both of those are competing for a Grammy in Best R&B Performance and Best Global Performance.
Yeah. So yeah, for Grammy consideration, please go vote.
Please.
That's incredible here. Well, congratulations on this. I can't wait to see you guys live. I hope to get to go to your show at the Roxy. So congratulations once again, and thank you very much for your time.
Oh, do you think you're going to come in town? Because if so, let's have lunch.
Yes.
I'm in LA, so
Yeah, man's in LA. That's local.
What it is.
Come on.
Let's
man.
have lunch.
Jesus.